Okay, we're back, and we have two very special guests with us today. We have ElizabethSlavikKariOwens. She's the area representative of International Cultural Exchange Service. And Skyping in, we have Kari Owens, who's the regional administrator for International Cultural Exchange Services. And Kari, let me start with you. What is the International Cultural Exchange Service?
International Cultural Exchange Services, or we usually go by ICES, is a nonprofit organization that works with high school foreign exchange students. So we bring students from all around the world to spend either a semester or an academic school year living in the U.S., living with an American host family, and attending a public school with the goal of learning more about American culture and improving relationships between countries and cultures around the world.
That's wonderful. Mainly students coming in, or do you have students going out?
We do have students going out as well. We have a lot more that come this way, but we do have an outbound program as well. So American students are able to study abroad if they'd like to do that.
Wonderful. And so what's required of a student to do this?
Of a student, they have to, you mean for a foreign student to come here?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, they meet with an agent in their country. They go through an application process. They're screened for maturity, for their English abilities, for their academics, just to make sure that they're a good candidate that will be able to be successful while on program. And then once they pass that screening process, their application is forwarded to us here, and we work on finding them a host family that will be a good match for them.
All right, and Elizabeth, you're in charge of the Rogue Valley.
Well, there's another area representative in Ashland, but yes.
Okay. And you have students coming in. How long are they here for?
They can be here either for a semester or the entire school year.
Really?
Yes.
Now, you need host homes, right?
That's right.
Tell us about what's required, what's needed.
Well, anybody can be a host family. You don't have to have kids in high school. You can have younger children. You can be single, empty nesters, grandparents, anybody, as long as you have extra love and a little bit of space. They don't need a bedroom of their own, but they need a bed of their own. They can share a room with a same-gender sibling at least 13 years old. Okay. Or a bedroom of their own. Host families provide room and board and loving parental guidance while they're here.
That's wonderful. And is there an age to this, Kari or Elizabeth? I mean, how young are we talking, or how old are we talking here?
All of the students are between 15 and 18, so they'll all be attending local public high schools.
Okay. And what do they do? Now, if a family is thinking about doing this, you know, maybe they do empty nest, they have a bedroom when they want to do this. Right. I mean, I think our own Polina is a result of this. She came over as an exchange student and from Russia, so we're well aware that this can happen and be very successful. What does the family do? They get a hold of you, or
yes.
what?
Me. My contact information is actually on the events section of the DOVE website under host families needed. Okay.
All right. And do you have a direct contact?
Well, they can call me. My number is 541 772 1294.
Okay. Now, how big is this program? How many students are you guys placing?
Well, I believe that there are like 1,000 coming to the United States for the school year. Oregon had last year 120 students, which was the most of any states in the United States. So 120 here to Oregon.
That's wonderful. And Kari, how do you find them, or how do they find you?
Well, the students, we work with agents in other countries, so that's how we find the students. The applications are delivered to us. As far as finding host families, we use a lot of different ways, including media like this, to look for good, loving, qualified host families that are willing to host a student. And I can just speak from my own experience. I was an exchange student as well in high school, and my family has hosted 8 different students, and my oldest daughter studied abroad. So we've kind of experienced this from all the different angles and have really seen just an enormous value in the program.
Wow, that's exciting. How is language a barrier, or is it?
Well, the students are screened for English, so all of them come over with some level of English, and it varies a little bit, you know, from student to student. Generally speaking, the European students are quite fluent when they arrive. Some students from other parts of the world may not have quite as strong of English skills, but they will be able to converse immediately, and they'll be able to, you know, to do school. They have to take a full course load, so their English has to be good enough for them to participate in school.
Well, Elizabeth, based on students coming to Oregon, what is it about Oregon that you have that they like? Do you got any feedback about being in this state?
Oh, I personally don't. I think just Oregon's a great state. There's many things to see. You know, the diversity of people, no matter where you live, is a good thing.
Okay.
There actually are some students who would like to be placed in certain sections of the country. Oregon just is
one of them.
One of them, yeah.
Kari, you say you've hosted 8 students. Life-changing for your family?
Absolutely, very life-changing. We started hosting when my kids were young. My youngest was 5 and my oldest was 11. And you know, we've continued to host on up through the years. And I've seen it impact my children, especially in that they have a real interest in what's going on in other parts of the world. And I know one thing that was really moving to me was the very first year we hosted, our daughter became friends with a student that we weren't even hosting, but just through our involvement in the program, she became friends with a student from a different part of the world. And later, after that girl had gone home, there was some political unrest in that country. And we saw a news story. And my daughter's response was, I hope she's okay. Wow. And I hope Diana's okay. And at this point, it wasn't just a country over there, but it became a real person to her. And that's been a real neat benefit. And it's really opened up the eyes of my kids to other countries. In fact, my son is on a missions trip this summer, and I think that in Madagascar, and I think that his, you know, with all of my kids, their interest in other countries and cultures has been largely nurtured because of our hosting exchange students.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What an experience. And so, Elizabeth, you're looking for host families. And
correct.
Do you have a specific need? How many you need this year?
Well, last year in the Rogue Valley area, there were 12 students.
Okay.
But each high school allows a certain number of exchange students. So I'm looking from Ashland all the way up to Grants Pass, Rogue River, Eagle Point, Medford. So, you know, I think the max we could probably have is maybe 20. Kari, you could you could tell me for sure.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that would be about right.
About 20?
So, you know, we could still use probably 10 maybe.
Or 10 more homes. All right, so let me just say, if you think about this, pray about this, look at this, about bringing an exchange student into your home for at least a semester, maybe a whole school year.
Correct.
And your life's going to change, their life's going to change. You'll be really assisting them. And basically, your mom and dad room and board, right, for that period of time.
Right, and as an area representative, I am here to help if there's any problems with this. I help enroll the student in the school, and we do fun things as a group of exchange students as well as family, the whole group. So we get to know each other as a group as well.
Okay. Again, you may want to get a hold of Elizabeth. That number is 772-1294. And take a look at this, because we're almost getting ready to go back to school. It's hard to believe that, but it is coming on us pretty quick. You think you need about 10 homes right now?
Right, and we'd like everybody placed by August 15th.
Whoa.
So we're coming up to a deadline, yeah.
All right, so we want everybody placed. Well, okay.
So call me today.
Call her today, 772-1290. Now, can a host family, I mean, when that student comes in, they're part of that family, so they can take the student with them on weekends at the church and everything else? Right.
Most students are open to going to weekly church services, whatever the religion is. That does not, it's not a factor that they don't want to do. But yeah, if you want to go to the coast for the weekend, they go with you, go to the basketball game, whatever, that sort of thing.
You've adopted them for
basically that's about it.
It's an adoption for a period of time, and probably the beginning of a lifetime relationship. A
lifetime, yes, because a friend of mine had a student when her son was in high school, and he came back from Germany with his little 13-month-old daughter.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it is a lifetime thing.
Well, Kari and Elizabeth, thank you both for what you do. Keep up the good work. And again, if you're thinking about doing this and you want more information, get a hold of Elizabeth right away, 541-772-1294, or check it out on the Dove website under the events calendar part, and you can see some information there and contact information there. Kari, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Elizabeth, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.